Hey guys, Total War Fanboy here, and today I'm going to talk about the Chaos Dwarfs. I think I'm going to consider this as a review. I'm going to give my thoughts and opinions of it, and I'm going to tell you if it's if should you buy it or not. So, there's been a lot of backlash from the community due to the price of the DLC, which is $25, which is without question the most expensive DLC up to this point. Like no other Total War DLC pales in comparison to it. So people thought, and it doesn't help that they say there's only going to be 3 legendary lords and 1 legendary hero instead of the standard 4 that has been the standard. Like with the Tomb Kings, you got 4 legendary, no lords, sorry, for the Beastmen. They started with 3, but eventually they did get a free 4th legendary lord. You know, like every DLC faction has 4. I think most of them. Like Wood Elves, they have 4. Bretonia has 4. Norska has 2, which that one's a bit of an iffy one. The Warriors of Chaos have 3, but the thing is, though, all of those DLCs, they are far cheaper. They are nowhere near as cheap. So essentially, here we have to judge this based on. I'm judging this based on, is it worth your money? Is this a DLC that you're willing to pay for $25, although right now it's 10% off. So let's say you're deciding before April 20th, which is when the sale ends. Is this DLC worth $22.50? And that's what I'm gonna try and talk about. So let's start with I'm a positive guy. I like to focus on positives before we talk about negatives. So let's talk about what's good about the DLC. The Chaos Dwarfs are awesome. The factions themselves, oh my god. The factions themselves, you know, like they're in battles, they are so fun to play as. They have a lot of just really fun mechanics that I enjoy, both in the campaign and in the battles. I think the 3 legendary lords we do have are awesome. I think Astrogoth and Ironhand's my favorite because look at him. He's just so, that's just such a ridiculous thing. And there are a lot of moving parts in this campaign. This is without question one of the more complex campaigns in the entire franchise. Like, you look at this, and it takes a lot of moving parts. You have the Dark Elf slave system from Warhammer 2. You have the Cathay, what's it called? The Cathayan convoy system. You have a lot of stuff. You have the option to build between 2 different settlement buildings. There's just a lot to do, and I do like that. I do like a more complex campaign, but none of it really feels original per se. Like they're doing all this, but it is a lot of copying from other factions and all. Now people have given backlash for that, but like, is that exactly a bad thing? Are we really gonna ignore how other big strategy games, they don't copy from their past games or take mechanics? I understand why people are upset with that, and I do get it, but that's not the problem with the Chaos Dwarfs. The Chaos Dwarfs have a completely different problem with them, and that this is a very expensive DLC that is it overpriced? In my opinion, yes, it is. But at the same time, and okay, let's get this right. The excuses CA makes saying, oh, well, there's inflation, it's the new standard for gaming, how the pricing is, that's bullshit. Okay, I've said it for I've known for quite a while now. Any company that's like any big AAA company that's like, oh, we're not making enough money, the gaming industry's changing, we got like make it $70 to buy the game, that's horse crap. It's bull crap. All right, it is ridiculous, and it's just a way to try and get more money out of the consumer. And a lot of people are saying that it's the same thing that applies to this, and I have to agree. This is definitely CA trying to raise prices. So like they're trying to find the new standard. Like, okay, how much money can we get these? Can we get people to buy our games for? What's the most money we can get them to pay for? Like $25, or is that too high? Oh, let's throw it to 20 for the next DLC. Oh, then let's try like 15. You see what they're doing? They're trying to they're gauging the market. They're like, which is, and like, it's not a good idea considering a lot of the community is still upset about how they've treated Warhammer 3 so far. So you have that angle, and the counter arguments just don't hold up. Oh my god, the counter arguments for it are just not there. I mean, they are there, but they're terrible counter arguments. So what we have is a situation where we have a great DLC that I do recommend you should buy that is just extremely overpriced. The Chaos Dwarfs are awesome. I mean, I like the Dwarves, but they were just so basic and not had enough mechanics. The Chaos Dwarfs fix all those problems, and they are a fun race to play as, without question. But this is a DLC that is so highly priced that it would, if this was a 4 Legendary Lord DLC, maybe it would have been worth full price as is. Maybe it would be worth $25, but we don't have that. It's 3 Legendary Lords, a Legendary Hero, which, I mean, yeah, he's cool. I'm not gonna say Gord is backstabber isn't cool and can lead to interesting things, but he's really, it doesn't, that's just part of it. That shouldn't be a reason to remove a lord. But okay, let's talk about the actual campaign of the Chaos Orbs and if they're good or not. I think they are good. I'm gonna end this battle. We're gonna go to the map, and I'm gonna explain what's good about them, what's not so good, what could improve, and ultimately, well, I've stated my opinion. If you want a short answer, wait for a sale. Wait for a big sale before buying this game. That for the DLC. That is my thing. If you want a more in-depth explanation, then I'm willing to give it as soon as. Okay, he's dead, and just hurry up here. Come on, I have a lot of explaining to do, and not a lot of time. Oh, crap! Hit him. Okay, there we go. So yeah, let's explain. Let's go into why this DLC is so controversial. Alright, so let's really break into why, in my opinion, this DLC is worth your money, but not the money being offered right now, if that makes sense. So, what we have here is a... Okay, shut up. Okay. What we have here is a campaign. Now, this is gonna... This has to be brought up. We cannot judge the DLC and the patch that just came out at the same time. Those are two separate things. I am focusing on what this DLC brings, not the patch itself. Patch 3.0 and the Chaos Storms DLC may be coming together at the same time, but they are two completely different things. So, what do I think of the Chaos Storm DLC? I think it's fun. I think there are a lot of good things about it. There are some things that could be worked out, but overall, it's a great DLC that's just too expensive. Now, you may be like, well, if it was so expensive, why'd you buy it? And to that I say, yeah, I don't know why. Okay, no, I do. Of course, I know why. I wanted to play as the Chaos Dwarfs. In my opinion, I think I can get my money value playing this DLC because I'm probably gonna put a lot of hours into this DLC. That's what it's all about. That's what their argument is. Like, okay, a lot of people are gonna play this Chaos Dwarf DLC, so if people will value it so much, why don't we just charge more money for it? But that is not the answer. There are so many things that good companies that make games do, that just improve them as a whole without asking more money from the consumer. Like, look at Deep Rock Galactic. Look how much stuff that game has added to the community for basically free. I mean, yeah, there's a couple paid things, but like most of the big stuff is free, and everyone likes it. It's a very popular game. Now, what we have here is we're paying. Here's the problem with this: we're paying more money for less content. That's the problem. The content we got is excellent. This is an excellent DLC. If I gave it a number, I put 8.5 if you wanted there, but I'm not going into why I like it not because there are a dozen others. The question is, should you buy it? If you really want Chaos Dwarfs, like if you're like one of those guys who's waiting for like since Warhammer 1 to buy it, pick it up. It's great. But if you're like on the fence, I say wait for a sale because it's a scummy practice. You're getting less, but you're paying more. If this was no, that is not right. The company should not do that. You shouldn't pay more to get less. Like, look at the Tomb Kings. That is the second most priced DLC at $18, and you get 4 legendary lords. Now, was that priced high for the time? Yes. I mean, that was like, 5 years? More than 5 years ago, I think. It was, okay, no, 4 years ago. What? No, 5 years ago. It was priced, it was the highest priced DLC, but the Tomb Kings are awesome. They are really good DLC, and I do recommend you pick those up. Here, it's instead of $18, you pay $25 or 22 and a half. You know that like that's a trick thing. Like, oh, it's on sale 10% now, but like whatever. You can pay $25, but you only get 3. You see that they want to see what's the limit. Can they cut it off? What if we do $20 for 3? Oh, okay. What about $30 for 4? You know, if we don't want you. I don't want that to be the new standard for the Warhammer DLCs. I mean, I don't want it to be like, look at the new Ind and Koresh DLC that's coming out. You know, oh yeah, we're getting 3 legendary lords for $20. That's sick. No, it's not. We should expect the highest quality, and I'm not gonna say this is bad because again, this is a great DLC, but they are trying to get more money out of it. It is greed. That's what this is. Greed. One of the 7 deadly sins, damn it. So, should you buy this? Yes. But either you go to some third-party website and get like 20% off, or you wait for like Steam summer sale. Because as is, some people are gonna say, I don't care. I want to play it. You know, I'm one of those people. I think this DLC is wrong. But I'm looking at this from a neutral mindset, and I'm looking at the past DLCs, and you cannot deny this is a more money for less content philosophy they're doing, which is wrong. So in the end, should you buy it? Only if you really want to, if you think you can get your money out of it, and if you just really want to play it. My recommendation, go to some third-party website. You can find it 20% off, probably. That or just wait for DLC, because Update 3.0 does change a lot of things that you don't need the Chaos Dwarfs for. So, yeah, that's about it. I think that covers it. Yeah. buy it if you either buy it now if you really want it, go to some third party website, or just wait and see what they do. Because if I had to take a guess, I don't think they're done with this DLC. I do think they're gonna add more. If I had to take a guess, they might do like with the Beastmen. They're gonna add a fourth legendary character more to play as. That is very much possible. And maybe we don't know. There is a lot more they can add with it. Maybe they move some things around. We don't know. All we can do now is you either wait or you buy it on third party. That's all I can say. Thanks for watching, and make sure to leave a like and subscribe. Thank you. So long.